Hello everybody, it's me, Heather, and today I am doing a tutorial with the Urban Decay Naked Blush Palette, and I still have my little thing on my mirror here. I was hoping that would reduce the glare. Anyways, I have thought of at least 5 different ways to use this palette, so I am going to do all 5 of the different ways to use this palette. There are more than 5, but these are just 5 that I came up with off the top of my head. So originally I was going to make this a series. I decided to just do it all in one video, so I'll edit and shorten and all that, speed it up when I need to, because I thought it would be a little bit annoying for you guys if constantly I was uploading videos that said Urban Decay Naked Blush Palette Tutorial number 4. You know, it's like, so I'm just going to do it all in one video, which is a pain in the ass for me, I'm not going to lie, because I'm going to have to constantly take my makeup off and put it back on again. I'll be able to leave my lips and my eyes, but I'm still going to have to remove my foundation, put that back on again, so I can apply the blush the next different way. But I'm happy to do it for you guys, because I think you can really get a lot out of this kind of palette, and I'm excited about this palette, because this is one of the few kinds of bronzers that Urban Decay got this right, that on my skin tone, this will actually show up without a lot of extra prepping. So let's get started. So the first look is just take a contoured blush brush. This one is from Essence, but you can use any brand of contoured blush brush. You know, totally easy. You want to take it so that it's shaped like, that it's slanted this way, and this is how you're going to apply it along your cheekbone. So make sure that on this part, the highlighter, and on this part, the blush. So I'm sorry if this is a little too juvenile for some of you, but I hope this is helpful for others. And literally, you're just going to swipe it across like that, or dot it in, but I'm swiping it across. Tap off a little. So far, that's my only complaint about this palette, is it is a bit powdery. Alright, and just like that. So, foolproof. Right on your cheekbone, you got your nice little highlight, and below it, you have the blush. And they blend so nicely together. So I'll do that. I'll shut up and just do it on the other side really quick. There you go. Foolproof. Alright, that's look number 1 using the Naked Blush Palette. I'll be back in a few seconds. It'll literally be longer than that in real life, but for you a few seconds, with look number 2 using the Naked Blush Palette. Alright, so for look number 2 with the Naked Blush Palette, all you're going to do is obviously take your palette, take a fluffy brush, just a blush brush, standard shaped fluff brush. This one is the 129 SE from MAC, but you can use any blush brush that you want. And this time, don't swirl it in, because this, like I said, that's my only complaint about this palette, is the formulation is a bit powdery. So just literally tap it in, but turn the brush over each time you do it, so you get on both sides. Just tap it only in, just tap it only in the blush and the highlighter, just like that. Tap off a little, and literally just swirl it right on your apples. Again, this is a foolproof, easy way to use it. I apologize if this is boring for you people out there that are not just getting into makeup and know your way around a blush palette. For those of you that are a little overwhelmed with 3 selections, I hope this is helpful. But again, these swirl together so nicely. You can keep them separate for a more defined highlighter and blush effect, but if you swirl them together, it's just gorgeous. And that's that. Very easy. Alright, so starting with look number 3, I'll actually start incorporating the bronze shade. So, now it's going to get interesting. I'll see you guys in the next part of this video. Okay, for those of you that were wondering when this tutorial was finally going to get interesting, here we go. We're finally going to incorporate all 3 of these shades. We're just going to do a traditional bronzer placement right in the hollows. We're going to use the blush in the blush area, and we'll do the highlight on the cheekbones. Simple, easy, breezy. I'm using 3 different brushes. You can use whatever brushes you want. This is the Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques. I love this brush. I use it all the time. And again, I recommend not swirling in these powders because they are powdery. But if you just tap in it, you don't lose so much product. Just enough to load up your brush a little. And for those of you that don't know how to find your hollows, a lot of people do this. You just follow that line up. I don't really care to do that because I know my face better than anybody else does. So for me, I'm able to just look in the mirror and look down slightly, and I'm able to see where it needs to be. But for other people, another technique that you can use is just, some people will say the middle of your ear. So right here, and then you want to obviously go down at an angle. So just find the way that works best for you. So I'm going to place bronzer right in that hollow. So on me, it's obviously going to be a little bit more subtle than on fairer skin tones, but this does actually show up quite nicely on me, but subtly. So it doesn't come out looking like bacon strips. You can definitely see it. So I'm just going to pile it in right there. Okay, I'm actually going to shut up and just do this, because I know you guys got places to go, people to see, things to do, and you got to do your makeup. So I'll put the rest of this video actually on fast forward. Alright, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the fast forward. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that fast forward. I went ahead and slowed it down again right now just to remind you guys, because I forgot to tell you, but I'm sure you saw me do it just now. Don't forget to blend them. And I find it's best if you blend them backward. Blend them backward. Okay? So don't just leave 3 stripes of different colors on your face. Definitely blend them out so it looks nice. Alright. Okay, and the next look, sorry, I do have the list written down so I can keep track of what I'm doing here. Alright, in the next one, we're going to use all 3 colors again, but in a different method. So, see you in the next part of this video. Alright everybody, let's get into look number 4 using our Naked Flush palette. So again, we're going to incorporate all 3 colors. So I'm just going to start off with, where do I want to start? I don't think there's really any certain order you have to do these. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with my blush. Again, just take a nice little fluffy blush brush and just tap it in there. Put it just right on the apples. Just right on the apples. Simple enough, right? We can all do that. Just smile right on the apples. If you prefer, you can just put it right up the cheekbones, or like not on the cheekbones, but right below the cheekbones. That's fine too. I'm just going to go and do it right on the apples. Okay. Rosy cheeks. Okay. Then I'm going to take a different brush and use the same one if you want to, but just wipe it off beforehand so you're not transferring the pink into the highlighter right away. Alright. So I'm just going to take a smaller brush and I'm just going to apply this right on my cheekbones. I really love how vibrant this shade is. And when you're doing it on the cheekbones, like I tend to go in a little too far. I admit that. We all have our faults. I tend to go in a little too far. You really just want to stop right about here maybe, at the farthest, and go backward. You don't really want to go, you know, like from here to here. That's a bit long. So just like really right on top there, move it back. Try not to get too much right in your eye area, especially if you have fine lines like I do, because that can definitely accentuate your fine lines as I continue to put it like right in my fine line area. Don't you love that I admit my own faults? Yeah, you got to. Nobody will do it for you. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just wipe off my blush brush again. Always just keep a little piece of paper nearby, paper towel. I'm just going to blend that in lightly. Circular motion, just moving it back a little. So I don't have like a really hard line. There we go. And because I have a light like right above here, of course it's reflecting like crazy. So it's very easy for me to get obsessed with wanting to blend this forever, but I'm just going to leave it like that so we can move on. Alright, now take a big fluffy brush. I prefer to use a really big fluffy brush for this part because the smaller the brush, the more hard the lines are going to be when we're using the bronzer. So I like a fluffy brush, that way it will pick up less product, and whenever you place it on your skin, it's going to disperse it more. It's going to be a softer focus, as opposed to using a tightly packed brush that's going to pick up a lot of product, and it's going to leave that hard line. And so now we're just going to take a big fluffy brush. This one's from Smashbox. I've had it forever. And the bronzer. And you're going to tap it in there a little bit. Now, let me pick up a bunch of it. And if it seems like I'm putting a ton of this stuff on, I am, guys, because I want to make sure you can actually see this on camera. So I do look like a little bit of a clown here off camera, but that's okay because I want to make sure you guys can actually see what's going on. All right, so now you're going to do half threes on the sides of your face. The number 3, just half threes. Got it? Here we go. And the point of this part is you don't want to have hard lines at all. You just want to warm up the face a little. And you really just want to do half a 3. And of course, if you can bring it like right in your contour area a little, and then right down your jawline. And of course, you want to do it on both sides. So it'll be half 3s on both sides. Just one side's going to be I guess a backwards half 3, depending on how you look at it. But this is a great way to just warm up your complexion all over, highlight your cheeks and your cheekbones. All right, we got one more look. This one's a little bit more advanced. This probably won't be everybody's cup of tea, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys anyways. So if you're still with me at this point, let's go to video number 5, and I'm actually going to put that video in fast forward. All right, see you at the end of the video. Okay, everybody, so that was 5 looks using the Naked Flushed palette from Urban Decay. And like I said, there are definitely infinite ways to use this palette, but those were just 5 that I thought of off the top of my head. Feel free to share any ideas that you have. If you can make this blush and a highlighter into an eyeshadow, go for it. If you can turn this bronzer into, I don't know, a lip gloss, go for it. So share your ideas. I hope this tutorial was helpful, gave you some ideas. Like I said, my lighting's a little off today. It's daytime. I usually shoot at nighttime when my dogs are sleeping, since they like to bark sometimes, but they've been pretty good today. So I guess I'll have to take them for an extra W-A-L-K. If I say the word, they'll flip out. And give them a treat. Oops, I shouldn't have said that either. Now their ears are perked up. Anyways. But, quick review on this. I love it. I'm so glad I got it. I'm going to be using this like crazy. I'm definitely in that skin tone range where the bronze still shows up, but if I were like half a shade deeper in skin tone or just one full shade deeper, this probably wouldn't show up as well. Just so a quick tip for people that want to wear bronzers and they usually find that bronzers do not show up on them. For you, what you need to do if you just want to wear bronzer straight up, any brand, first you're going to apply a blush, literally just a blush, then you'll put your bronzer over top of it. That's what's going to make your bronzer show up. So the downside is obviously it'll never be true to color bronzer. You'll never quite get the color that you have here in whatever bronzer, palette that you're using, but that's the best way to make bronzer show up on women of color is to apply your blush first and put the bronzer over top of your blush. So if you have a bronzer that you want to use and you're just like, it doesn't show up on me, because we're already brown, but we're not naturally pink. So that pink is what's going to bring out the bronze, the gold, the brown in any bronzer that you use. That's a quick tip there. But this is supposed to be a universal palette. It's supposed to work on any skin tone. So I agree with it up until the bronzer portion. This is going to work on, fair to medium skin tones, but medium dark and, medium deep and up, it's probably not going to show as well. So, but you can make it show up by just applying the blush first. So you could use this blush or you can use any blush you want to use. All right. And it is very powdery. So I hate that there's a ton of fallout when I use this, like just where I used it here in my work area. I have a ton of powder to clean up now. So, like I said, when you use this, I definitely recommend tapping in there. Definitely don't swirl because you will be making pigpen clouds and hating it. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this tutorial wasn't too long. I hope you got something out of it. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram and visit my blog. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.